What if you could tell AI to clone your GitHub repo, run the code, find and fix any bugs, and generate summaries for README documents and other usage guides, all from plain English? OpenAI's new Codex AI agent makes that completely possible. It can browse your files, understand your repo, and take real coding actions on its virtual computer. In this video, I'll demo how it works, show it navigating a real repository, and see how this could change the future of how we all interact with code bases. What you're going to do is come over to chatgpt.com/codex, which is their AI tool I was talking about, and you'll see a very similar window here to what ChatGPT looks like. And you'll get this, what are we coding next, and describe a task window here. What you need to do is select an environment, and you probably have to be signed into your GitHub account to access your repositories. I go to Manage Environments, and I go Create Environment, and it'll come up here, look at my GitHub organization that I'm a part of, which is just my personal one here, and it gives me a list of different repositories that I can choose from. Today we'll just be using this 4x4 checkers with AI example, which is something I actually haven't touched in 2 or 3 years. It was a university project. I think it was a C++ project, so we'll see what bugs and errors that might come out of there. So if we click on that, we can add a little description in here as well. If we need to add any environment variables or secrets, we can add that in, and any setup scripts needed. So we'll leave all that fine, and we'll go create environment. And so that will go through. Environment is created successfully. Awesome. Now coming back on the home screen, we can see here that our environment's loaded in correctly. We can see that is Blake Harkness 4x4 checkers with AI, and it's now our environment locked in there. And so when we want to add more environments or more repos in here, we can just go to Manage Environments, add a few more in here, and switch between them when we send out these tasks. Cool thing is here as well, we can choose which branch we're looking at. This one only has one main branch, it's just a uni project, but if you're collaboratively working on projects with multiple people and you've got multiple branches for different tasks, etc., you can point it to specific ones. You also have the versions down here. We can run multiple versions per task. If I ask it to go summarize something, we can run it 4 different times and see the best result and choose that moving forward, which is pretty cool. One of the first ones we're going to get it to do is summarize the code base, provide me information of what the repo is, does, and how everything works together. And we're going to ask that through. So we don't need to edit the code, so we're going to go to the ask mode. The other cool thing in here is we can run these all simultaneously. So I can load up another task and it will actually run it at the same time. So I'm going to ask it, find me bugs in the code and create and fix them. And then we'll just go code. And so those will run both simultaneously. So we've got this one that's going through searching, reading. Well, this one's also starting off working, starting the container, all of that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. So we'll be back once those are done. So the summarization of the code base functionality is finished up, and so is the find and fix bugs. So let's go and have a look. Go into this one, we see it looks just like a full doc that's outlining the entire repository. It took about 1 minute and 20 seconds, which is pretty cool because it is quite a small one. I wouldn't expect it to take very long. Now, I made this a couple of years ago. I've got a vague memory of what it does, so let's quickly read through. Built-in Qt Creator, hardware-oriented programming, all that kind of stuff, checkers.h, position, move, game state. I mean, all of this stuff looks correct in here. Overall flow, computer moves, and then stuff around the AI, which is the Minimax based algorithm, which is pretty cool. The really cool use case I see here is if you're starting to work in a repository that you've not had any experience in or seen before, and you can simply ask it, hey, go give me a high-level summary of how the parts work together, and it provides that to you, which helps you learn and understand what's going on. And then as you start to make changes inside the repository yourself, you can ask it more specific questions around certain parts and linking and all that information. And that really removes a lot of the need to manually read through all of the code and try find how things link together, which is a really cool use case. So the find and fix bugs is now complete as well. So we'll go have a look in there. So you get this kind of window that looks like a pull request, and we go on the left-hand side and see updated the include directive and checkers.cpp. So the header is found correctly, which is just changing this here, and cleaned up main.cpp as well. Just going to scroll down. Looks like it changed these couple lines around a little bit as well. Probably just either safer or more efficient. I haven't done C++ coding in a very, very long time. And then changed in here as well, the unnecessary class declaration for the move, which is pretty cool. So again, this is a really small project. I just put it through. I haven't touched this in a very, very long time, but it's found a few things to go there and change. What we can do now is if I want to create a pull request, this makes sense. It already links into GitHub. I can go create pull request in the top right up here. And that will go create that for me. And then once that's loaded, I can go and view that inside of GitHub. If I like it, I can merge it into my branch. So Codex is definitely a good tool. It has some great features directly hooking into GitHub, especially if you're just getting started or want something really lightweight to test and play around. And doing it all through a browser is really, really useful. But still, for my day-to-day workflows and my coding projects, I'm still using Cursor as my main kind of platform environment. The main reason for this is a seamless MCP connection with GitHub and Superbase, Google Drive, etc., which makes it way easier to kind of build full stack web applications and ship them really, really fast. It's pretty hard to kind of beat that integration that I imagine Codex will eventually have going forward. If you're interested in anything AI related, I post a whole lot of AI tutorials and talk about things. So if you're interested, leave a like and subscribe.